Hey, what's up you guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to my channel for another video, and today's video is a video that I've been wanting to do for a very long time now, and it's a story time about how I fell in love with a straight man. Before we get into this story time though, guys, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you guys follow all of my social media down below, especially my Instagram and my Snapchat, because that's where I'm the most active. And make sure you guys hit the subscribe button for new videos every Monday and every Friday. Now let's get into this crazy fucking heartbreaking story time. This story starts off in November of 2016. Me and Jared came to Columbus just for fun. You know, we weren't living here yet. We weren't really doing anything. We just kind of wanted a trip out of town. So we decided to come to Columbus for the weekend. Being that I was recently single at this point in time, of course a bitch had to fucking check Tinder. So I get on Tinder, I'm swiping left, I'm swiping right, continuously, like for the whole first day that I was here, I think. And I match with this dude named Ty. Obviously, I am changing his actual name for the purpose of this story. So I matched with Ty on Tinder, and I don't really remember a whole lot of our initial conversation being on Tinder. I know that it eventually went from Tinder to Snapchat, and then I remember adding him on Snapchat and us having conversations on there. And one thing I really remember him saying to me in any of these conversations was, at the time I had a rainbow emoji by my name on Snapchat. And I remember him telling me if I could remove that so his homies wouldn't see it, as if he couldn't edit my name himself. But right then and there is when I should have known. I should have stayed away from this boy, but obviously I didn't, or else we wouldn't be having this story time. Like I said, I don't remember a whole lot of our initial meeting or anything like that. I don't remember our conversations on Tinder or on Snapchat. I think that we just talked for maybe like a week or two, and then it just kind of fizzled out to where like, oh, we'd reply to each other's stories type shit. But other than that, I don't really remember anything. So then we flash forward almost 2 years. I matched with Ty in November of 2016 to flash forward to November of 2018. At this point in time, I am actually moved into Columbus, like I moved in and everything like that. And at this time, I'm actually at home at my family's house for the weekend. Me and Jared had come back for the weekend. And Ty ends up messaging me, and I'm pretty sure it was something to the extent of, oh, like, I see you live in Columbus now, yada, yada, yada. We pretty much are texting that whole entire weekend, to where then when we come back from Columbus, he texts me and says, yo, like, do you want to hang out when you get back? My ass, of course, said, hell yes, I want to hang out. So I get back to my apartment, get settled in and everything. And I text him and I'm like, yo, like I'm back in the city, like what's good, like what's going on? And he says that he's on his way over. I will remind a lot of you who are watching this that a lot of people did not think Ty was that cute. But to me, this boy was a fucking god walking. So when I seen him for the first time, I was like, holy fucking shit, like you're actually real, you're actually here, and you're sexy as fuck in person. Like, you look better than your pictures, my dude. Like, you definitely do. I will give him that. He looks so much better in person than he does in his pictures. At this point, this is my first time meeting him, and we're hanging out in my room. Like, we're just talking, kind of just getting to know each other, because like I said, pretty sure we hadn't had a conversation in 2 years up until he had messaged me the weekend that I was away. So we're just sitting in my room, like just talking, getting to know each other. We're asking each other like what we're both looking for. And at the time, we were both on the same page. We were just wanting, you know, like pretty much friends with benefits. Like we didn't want anything serious, because I had just moved to Columbus, trying to get my shit here and my life together here. So I wasn't looking for anything too serious. And he was just out of a relationship with a female. So he wasn't looking for anything too serious. So like I said, we were on the same page in the beginning, which was of just being friends with benefits. Now, the title that we had of friends with benefits quickly shifted, I would say, into more of a situationship. That's what I like to call it, because it wasn't a relationship, because it was more of a situation. So it went from him just coming over whenever we wanted the benefit part of being friends to where he would be staying at my house with me for like weeks on end, and I would be paying for this kid's gas in his car to get to work. Um, I let him wear my clothes whenever he wanted to go out with his friends. I paid for him to eat every time that we were together. I paid for him to have cigarettes to smoke. Anything you can imagine, I pretty much have probably paid for. Like, even when we'd go out to the bars and stuff, I would pay for his drinks and all this type of shit. But for a long time, though, for a very long time of our situationship, I was not allowed to be known because I was a secret. Because, like I said, like, he was a straight dude. This guy had relationships with girls, and nobody really knew that, like, he had messed around with guys, or I guess maybe not a lot of people knew, but a few people did. I don't really know, but pretty much, yeah. So I was like this kid's like big secret, I guess. So our situationship went on for, I want to say, about a year. Yeah, just about a year of him being at my house for weeks, like staying the night, like spending day in and day out with this dude. Hang out with him after work, like we'd go out together sometimes. I'd see him before work, he'd even pick me up and take me to work. He'd come to my house after the bars. Like, we had a situationship. That's the best way I can explain it. It was just a situationship, not a relationship, but a situationship. After months of dealing with that and stuff going on in our situation, I started to grow feelings for the kid, which is awful, I know. But it happens. You can't help who you get feelings for. When I had realized I had feelings for him, it was really hard for me to keep them to myself from him. Now, I want to remind everybody watching this story time that I never wanted a relationship from this kid. I never thought that me and Ty would ever be in a full-blown committed relationship, like he's committed to me and I'm committed to him type shit. Like, I never thought that was ever going to happen. That's never what I wanted. And even me having feelings for him, I still never wanted that, but I had feelings for him. Hopefully some of you guys out there can understand that. So, just a reminder, I never wanted a relationship from him. With weeks going by of me having these feelings for Ty, I finally decided, I was like, you know what? Like, I need to tell him. Like, it's better for him and for me if we both know, because in the beginning we were on the same page. Now the page is kind of turning, and I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page again as well. So that's why I eventually told him how I felt about him. The one thing about Ty is I don't know if he was just stupid or if he was just like oblivious to things. Because I told him how I felt. The conversation didn't really go how I wanted it to. So then a part of me was like, you know what? Okay, like, it's going to be better off for me in the end if I cut you off, because clearly you're not understanding what I'm putting down. Because his retaliation to me whenever I told him I had feelings for him was that I don't date dudes. Bro, I know. Bro, I get it. Like, I'm not trying to, like, date you. I'm not trying to make you my boyfriend. I'm just letting you know that now we're not on the same page now because I have feelings. Like, now feelings are involved with me. So that's all it was. That's all it was, Ty. Never wanted a relationship from you. Once I had told Ty my feelings for him, again, he said, I don't date guys. I don't want a relationship. I'm not looking for a relationship. And I'm sorry, but I don't like you in the same way. Which that I want to kind of debunk, because a lot of people have told me that in my situation that Bailey, like, you're dumb, like, this kid doesn't care about you, this kid doesn't like you, da 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 da. I got to see a part of this kid that nobody else got to see, because he was pretty much in the closet. Like, he was a down low dude. Like, he liked fucking around with dudes, but his homies and his family and whatever else he thought weren't going to accept him or whatever. So I got to see a part of him that nobody else did. And there's not a part of me that doesn't feel like he didn't have feelings for me, because there would be times when we go out to the bars together, and, like, they would be gay bars, which I know, again, confusing because he's down low. Don't ask. But yeah, we go to the gay bars, and if a dude would flirt with me, he would get jealous. Like, I remember a time that I was wearing this pink coat, and it says YR right here for Young and Reckless. and these dudes were talking to me, and they came over and they were talking, and they started touching my jacket, like asking me, like, you know, like, what's it stand for and all this stuff. Well, Ty had seen it, and he comes over and like grabs me and like makes gestures and faces at them and then pulls me away from them because he was jealous that they were talking to me. And I would also get jealous in return if he was over trying to talk to some dude, but yet we were both single, so I don't know why we were being jealous, but I knew I was being jealous because I had feelings for him, but I don't know why he was being jealous because he said he didn't have feelings, but yet you're acting jealous. So that in itself is just confusing, and now you guys kind of see why it was very toxic. It was a very toxic thing for me to be in. So my younger gays out there, or anybody who thinks that dealing with a straight man or a guy on the DL is fun and riveting and suspenseful and thrilling, it's really not, sis, because you're gonna fuck around and get your heart broke. Like, I'm being dead ass serious with you. It's not a fun game to get involved in. But like I said, again, you can't help who you get feelings for. After I had told Ty how I had felt about him, I had tried cutting it off, but there was something between him and I that, like, we would cut each other off for like a week or two, but something always brought us back to each other. That's another reason why I thought this whole situationship was just kind of weird, because it's like we both equally know that we should probably leave each other alone, but for some reason, like, we just can't. So yeah, that was another thing that added into this. So yes, after I had told Ty that I had feelings for him, I did try to cut him off, telling him that, like, look, like, this is toxic for me, like, it's not good, like, I have feelings for you, you don't have the same feelings, I'm just gonna keep hurting myself the more that, like, we hang out and the more that, like, we are involved, pretty much. And like I said, it didn't really work, me trying to cut him off at that point. It worked maybe for about a week and a half, and I actually cried when I tried to cut him off that time, because this is somebody, again, that I do care about, or I did care about and all that. Well, actually, I still do care about the kid. Like, if he was to call me right now, I'm not gonna lie to you and sit here and be like, oh, like, I wouldn't answer his call to see what's up. But there's different boundaries at this point, but we'll get to where we are now. So again, yes, tried cutting it off, didn't work. We started hanging out again and hooking up and doing the shit that we started off doing. Then finally, I think I had just quit texting him or answering his calls and all that kind of stuff, and I think I just kind of ghosted him for a few weeks. And then my birthday weekend comes up. It's now my birthday weekend, which Ty and I also have the same birthday weekend. His birthday's 2 days after mine. So he hits me up on my birthday on Friday and he wishes me happy birthday. We start talking and all this stuff again. Saturday, I had plans with my friends to go to Columbus's Pride Festival, and then he calls me and goes, yo, I got tickets to this football game, like, do you and your friends want to go? And my stupid ass, of course, says yes, and I missed fucking Columbus's Pride to go to a goddamn football game because of this boy. Me and my friend, we go to the football game, we hang out with him, we spend all day Saturday hanging out with him for his birthday, we go out with him for his birthday. Come Sunday, which now it's his actual birthday, he's with me all day, hanging out, and stuff like that. And then I slowly after that, after his birthday and stuff like that, we kind of just dwindled it down to where we don't talk. I texted him a few weeks ago because I sent him a picture of him and I together. I was like, oh, I was going through my camera roll and just seen this, and it made me think of you. So I sent it to him, and he goes, okay. And that kind of leads me into the type of guy that he was. So that's the story of me falling for a straight dude. It was a roller coaster. Like, it was literally a fucking roller coaster. It was never like, oh, I planned to like this kid or I planned for any of this to happen. It just did. And I pretty much fell for somebody who was a complete and utter douchebag to me. I'm going to go on record and say this from the beginning. The kid that I'm talking about, Ty or whatever, that's not his real name, but that's his name for the video. Ty, like I said, to me, Ty was like a god walking on fucking water to me. Like, I literally, like, would drool over this kid. Like, I was obsessed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was obsessed with knowing that, oh, at the end of the day, this dude's coming back and sleeping in my bed with me. Like, I don't know. I was just obsessed with like the idea of him, I think, and it became very, very, very toxic because he was never gonna like me back the same way that I was liking him, I guess. Ty was not a bad dude. He was just rude. Um, the biggest thing that I can say is that he never really cared, I guess, about my feelings. I'm not going to sit here and say that he didn't care about me, because in my heart, I genuinely think that he did care about me. That if something was to have happened to me and he was to have found out, I think that he would be upset. Um, or if I needed actual like help from something, like somebody was whooping my ass and I called him, I'm sure that he would be there, because you can't tell me that he didn't care about me if he's getting jealous of dudes at the bars trying to grab me. But so he's not a bad dude. He just didn't care about my feelings, I guess, and that's kind of where it clashed, I guess. I don't know. He just wasn't a bad person. He was just always rude as fuck to me when it came to like my feelings and just the shit that I would do for him. Um, he would always just be rude and take it for granted. That's biggest thing that I can say is I think that he honestly took me for granted, because I probably would have given the dude the world if he ever would have given me an opportunity. Not that that's what I had wanted, but if I ever had an opportunity to be his boyfriend, then that kid never would have ever had to worry for anything. But I do kind of think that he used me a little bit and stuff like that. So, my fellow gays out there, be careful falling in love with straight men, because they're straight men, whatever you want to classify it as. They're a mess. They will play with your heart and fuck with your head. That is the end of this story time, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of hard to follow. If you guys have any questions or anything, make sure you leave them in the comments below, and maybe if there's a lot of questions, I will do an updated video to answer some of your questions, because I feel like I maybe told this story kind of badly, but you know what, it's okay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the story, and if you did, give this video a big thumbs up, because that really helps me out, and make sure you guys hit the subscribe button down below for new videos every Monday and Friday, and follow me on all my social media down below, especially my Instagram and my Snapchat, and I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.